here in Beverly, Massachusetts on a Wednesday night in Division III where Endicott defeated MIT by the score of 71-62. And I'm here with the Gulls head coach Kevin Bettencourt and Marcus Montagnino. Marcus put the team on his back, especially down the stretch. 24 points and 11 rebounds is what he ended up with. And I want to talk with you about that first, Marcus. This game was 60-59. MIT had a little flurry, come back into it, and then you come down and you basically put the team on your back for the next 3 possessions. Tell me a little bit about that.
First, I want to shout out the defense. Our defense was amazing. We got stop after stop. We played great together. We got stops. That's what got us going. And then down on the offensive end, we were just moving the ball well, took our time. We took advantage. We noticed that in the pick and roll that they were struggling with that, so we kind of just kept going back to that. They were not really helping off me, so we were either getting a good look for me or my teammates, and I'm just trying to take the right shot for my team. And like I said, I think the defense really sparked us in the second half.
I mean, Coach, obviously, you guys held them to 30% shooting, and frankly, that seems high. There was a stretch of about 15 minutes where I don't think they even, I don't know how many baskets they got in that stretch. They had like 9 or 10 times down the floor where they didn't even get a good look.
Yeah, no, I usually have a very deep team, and I think we do again. I usually go much deeper into our lineup. But we had that one group out there with their defensive effort in that second half stretch. I just thought it really turned the tide in the game, and we rode that. And, I think Marcus kind of said it best. I think our defense, and we started securing some more rebounds and kind of getting a lot of more of the hustle type plays, and I think that's what got our offense going. I think we settled into the game. I thought our ball movement was really stagnant in the first half, and we were trying to force things. They're really big, and I thought when we were plowing through, there just wasn't a lot of space. So, I think we finally settled in as a group. We have a veteran group. We've been in these spots before. Obviously, to have to overcome some adversity in your home opener is probably a pretty good sign for us moving forward. And just really proud of the defensive effort and just, everybody just sticking together through a really tough start.
Adversity such as starting the game down 15-0?
Yeah, it's not exactly how you draw up the home opener. You like to at least get a couple of baskets, and I could kind of see the deer in headlights look. And we're a pretty high-powered offensive team. I know it didn't look like it at times today, but averaged 85 last year. I think we hit 90 in our first 2 games. So I think we kind of let our offensive struggles affect our defensive urgency and effort. And I think once we kind of got past that and got into the rhythm of the game, I'm really proud of how our guys settled in.
Tell me about those possessions I was talking about where, MIT had cut the lead to 1 and then Marcus goes and does his thing 3 times in a row at least.
And that's just where I think we've grown over the last year. Thankfully, we have a lot of returning players. I know Caden Sullivan's been a really good freshman for us so far, but he's really mature as well. We knew we wanted to get the ball in Marcus's hands. We had a couple different looks, and we trust his decision making. We're not a big play call team. We try to move the ball. We try to attack opportunities. We didn't really shoot the 3 ball very well today, which is usually something we do well, but AJ Forte picked us up with a couple. But we opened up enough space, and Marcus and Elijah Kinney are 2 really special players at this level, and I think they both kind of took over the game.
Forte had all of them. He was 3 for 5. The rest of the team was 0 for 9. Marcus, let me ask you to tell the audience about your background and how you got to Division III basketball.
It's been kind of a wild story, but Coach Bettencourt originally tried to get me out of high school, but I always had dreams of playing Division I, so I went to Xavier University. Obviously, the first year I was there was kind of like COVID, so I didn't do much, but my sophomore year I tried out. I made it as like a practice player / walk-on.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, they got a new coach. I kind of got cut because I was the last one in, so they needed room. But I stayed there, finished my years. I just played club basketball. I loved the people there. We were a good club team. We had a great team. My 2 years, I continued playing basketball, and then I reached out to him in December of my senior year, asking if I could come back, and of course he said yeah. And I was always super excited. I always missed competitive basketball playing. I wanted to play for something more meaningful. I thought I deserved it and owed it to myself. So I'm really happy that Coach Bettencourt let me come back here, and it's been a perfect match since.
Coach, is that the longest lead time between you initially recruiting a guy and him finally getting here?
Yeah, that was a good 6-year run. My son was a high school opponent of his, and even during COVID when, people weren't really playing, having some fans, I always kept Marcus in mind. I was in the gym a few times when no one else was supposed to, and also at the end of my playing career, he was just coming on in a men's league that we both play in.
All right.
So I've watched this kid a lot, and I knew he was a special player. Didn't know how quickly it would kick in for us, but I'm really proud of him. And the biggest thing is just his maturity, and he's just a selfless teammate. He's in the first time out in the second half telling everybody, hey, I'm not getting open, but use me as a screener and you'll be open. And that's just the type of guy he is, and I think that hopefully will permeate throughout our whole program.
I was wondering, and people were chatting about this in kind of our group chat, for lack of a better term, is like, once people have like a year of film on this guy, is that going to change things? So far, it doesn't look like that's happened first few games in.
No, and I really think even last first semester, Marcus wasn't totally himself either. He was figuring out the program, feeling, out college basketball. He's a special player. He can score in different ways, and he can beat you without scoring. So, we're really lucky to have him. I don't want to hype him up too much. We got a long way to go, but he really is one of those guys that, I'm just really lucky to coach. He's been a great teammate, great leader. Just really proud of him, and he sets a great tone for our program.
I do recognize we're having this conversation on November 12th, and the Division III basketball season goes into April this year, so there is a long way to go. Marcus, just tell me about how Division III basketball has been for you. What do you think about it?
It's been great. I love the competitiveness of it, like the dedication, compared to like Division I, you got to come in on your own time. You got to put in your own work. No one's going to baby you here. You got to come in every day and try to get better, and that's a goal for us. I came in knowing I could help this team win. I knew I could help this team win. But I'll do anything to win. That's my main focus, and I'm excited with the guys we have. I think we have a great team. Like Coach Bettencourt said, I think we're really deep all around. And I've just been excited for just my entire opportunity here. I think it's been great basketball, great experience, and I've truly loved it.
Coach, last question. I'll let you guys chat with your families and that sort of thing. You talked in general about the guys who were on the floor and playing that really locked down defense for you, but I'd love to have you shout out some names.
Yeah, no, the group that I thought that turned the tide for us was Cam Kelleher, AJ Forte, Matt Bowen, with Marcus and Elijah. Like I said, I think we have 5-6 guards that can really play. One of them was out with an injury today. Jeff Hill and Caden, I thought they were playing hard too. But when we found that group that found rhythm and created a spark, I didn't want to overcoach that situation, and I've done that in the past because I do like to play a lot of guys and keep the energy up. But there was a bunch of timeouts in that run. I thought we could keep the guys out there that were in good rhythm. Yeah. I thought their communication was really solid, which is something we've really tried to focus on this season. And I think the guys on the bench really handled it well. And I think throughout the whole course of the season, like we said, we're on November 12th. We know there's going to be times we're going to need a lot of different guys to try to step up. And like I said, I thought Caden Sullivan had a great game, and I'm benching him for 10 minutes because this other group was just playing so well. And he's going to be a special one too. So, like I said, that was basketball. I'm really proud of the group. We found some rhythm, and we were really fortunate to come out with a win. I thought MIT played extremely hard. They out-competed us in that first half, and that was the challenge we set at halftime. I don't care if we want to lose this game. It's November 12th. Obviously we want to win, but I didn't want to walk out of here feeling like we were totally out-competed, and I thought the guys responded well.
NPI doesn't let you drop any games until you get a little further into the season. He's Marcus Montagnino, and he is Kevin Bettencourt, and I'm Pat Coleman for D3Hoops.com, signing off from Endicott in Beverly, Massachusetts.